Hello, everyone. Welcome to Preterist Papers. This is the 87th discussion in this series, and it's titled The Four Angels of Revelation. You can find this free 2-page PDF at preteristpapers.com. There's a stunning similarity between the second woe, which includes the sixth trumpet, and Josephus' report of the entrance of the Idumeans into Jerusalem during the Roman and Jewish War. Both report of the murder of two prominent leaders and the unleashing of unimaginable slaughter within Jerusalem. We will seek to show that the four angels passage of Revelation 9, coupled with the two witnesses narrative of Revelation 11, is a representation of the Idumeans joining with the Zealots in Jerusalem. This resulted in a definitive bloody turning point of the Roman and Jewish War, signaling the utter ruin of the nation. The following is a summary of Josephus' report regarding the invasion of Jerusalem by the Idumeans. You can read this full account, about 14 pages, in Josephus' Wars of the Jews. In the winter of AD 67 to 68, the two leaders of Jerusalem, High Priests Ananus and Jesus of Gamala, had control of most of the city except for the temple. The temple was in the possession of the radical anti-Roman zealots who were terrorizing the city. John of Gischala, a cunning rebel who aspired to total control, pretended to be a friend of High Priest Ananus, but was secretly colluding with the zealots. One day John told the zealots that Ananus was going to surrender Jerusalem to the Romans. This was a lie. However, this deception incited the zealots to send for the Idumeans, also called Edomites, to help defeat those they falsely believed were traitors. When the Idumeans joined with the zealots, the cruel, beastly nature of the zealot movement emerged in its full savagery. First, they killed the honorable leaders of the city, the two high priests, and then proceeded to slaughter thousands of Jews. This was the great turning point of the war, which we believe is represented by the beast ascending from the bottomless pit in Revelation 11:7. Number 1 is our interpretation of the four-angel passage. A. The sixth trumpet is part of the second woe, which stretches from Revelation 9 to Revelation 11, excluding chapter 10. Besides the four-angel passage, the second woe includes the two witnesses narrative. I recognize this is confusing, but for the moment, think of chapter 11 following chapter 9. It appears chapter 10 does not deal with woe content. B. When the Jews were in Babylon, Babylon was captured by the Persians when they diverted the waters of the Euphrates River, enabling them to enter the city through the riverbed and take control of Babylon by stealth. This event appears to be the symbol for the unusual entrance of the Idumeans into Jerusalem through the locked city gates. It's likely not coincidental that Jerusalem is called Babylon. 4 Idumean commanders led their army to Jerusalem. A severe storm obscured the sound of sawing through Jerusalem's gates, allowing the Idumeans free passage into the city. See Preterist Paper number 4, Babylon, the harlot of Revelation, was first-century Jerusalem. C. The entrance of the army of the Idumeans into the city to join with the murderous zealot forces resulted in an immense shift of power from civilian to zealot control. Josephus documents unimaginable cruelty and indiscriminate murder. D. In ancient times, a myriad was 10,000. If this passage means that of the myriads there were 2, this would match the 20,000 Edomites that came to Jerusalem according to Josephus. F. This passage is an assemblage of symbols meant to paint a ghastly picture. Fire, smoke, and sulfur recall the cataclysmic destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. It's probably not coincidental that Jerusalem is referred to as Sodom in Revelation 11. Horses represent tremendous power, and serpents symbolize cunning deceptions. The heads and mouths are emblematic of lying, and tails symbolize the most debased sensuousness. In truth, the entire induction of the Idumeans into the zealot forces was deception upon deception. John of Gischala, the slippery double agent, lied to Ananus to gain his confidence, and lied to the Zealots to frighten them into sending for the Idumeans, and the Zealots deceived the Idumeans, causing them to participate in the slaughter of Jerusalem citizens. The massacre in the city upon the entrance of the Idumeans was gratuitous and extensive, with well over 20,000 dead within hours, perhaps a third of the city. Number 2, the side-by-side comparison of the two witnesses in Revelation with the two high priests in Josephus' history is striking as follows. 2 esteemed leaders of Jerusalem were killed by beastly men. Their deaths were celebrated and their bodies mocked and left unburied. 3. Josephus described Ananus and Jesus, the two leaders of Jerusalem, as venerable and great defenders of the people. He considered that their deaths signaled the end of virtue and the triumph of wickedness in Jerusalem. They were witnesses to the curses warned of in Deuteronomy 28, and we believe were the two witnesses of Revelation 11. Please see Preter's paper 34. Thank you for listening.